Welcome to the Virginia MCOASO Portal Overview e-learning training. By the end of this e-learning training, you will understand the purpose of the MCOASO portal, how to navigate it, and how to manage MCO participation applications from providers. The MCOASO portal allows MCOs to view and act upon provider applications to participate in the MCO. When providers enroll and revalidate on the provider portal, they have the option to request to participate in the MCO. The MCO clerks review the applications and determine the next steps. The clerks can request more information, decline a provider, or set up a contract. Once the MCO makes a contract decision, that information is sent back to the Virginia Medicaid program, and the provider portal is updated with the contract information. The MCOs can create delegates, which gives portal access to their clerical or administrative staff. MCOs can assign specific functionality to a delegate or give them full access. Let's start with an overview of the MCOASO portal and how to access it. MES credentials are created for each MCO and provided to them by MES. Credentials are delivered in 2 emails. The first email includes the user ID and a hyperlink to access registration for the MCOASO portal access through the MES landing page. The second email includes your temporary password. To log into the MCO portal, go to the MES login page. The first time you log into MES, users are prompted to reset their password. Additionally, if you forget your password, click the Reset Password hyperlink. After entering your username and password, click Sign In. Click the blue arrow on the Provider Management tile. Then click PRSS Portal. When logged into the MCOASO portal as a delegate, the upper left-hand corner displays Delegate and the name of the organization you are working for. If the delegate is assigned to multiple organizations, they can switch the organization they are viewing by clicking the Go to Switch Organization button, or by selecting Switch Organization under My Account. Select the organization you want to view from the list and click Submit. Next, let's walk through the home page and talk about the navigation features. The At a Glance bar is located at the top of every page and provides a list of all available functions in the MCOASO portal. First, let's look at Messages. Messages display broadcast messages related to system outages, system upgrades, and other important information. Next, let's look at Contact Us. Contact Us provides information on how MCOs can contact support via email, phone, or mail. Let's take a look at the FAQ, or Frequently Asked Questions. The Frequently Asked Questions displays questions and answers about information within the MCOASO portal. Lastly, let's view the Portal Help. Portal Help opens a new window and allows the user to view health topics about portal functionality. The last option on the At a Glance bar is Log Out. This allows users to securely log out of the portal. The navigation menu provides access to the application list and My Account. Helpful links provide access to frequently used external websites. Let's look at how to view and update a user's portal profile. Portal profile maintenance allows users to view and update contact information for an MCO or delegate. Click My Account to access Portal Profile Maintenance and select Portal Profile Maintenance from the drop-down list. My Account profile displays pre-populated contact information. Click Edit to make updates to contact information. After making updates, click Save. The My Account profile page for delegates displays pre-populated contact information. Delegate profiles also display the relationship code and roles. The relationship code is used to add a registered delegate to additional MCOs. Now, let's review how to view and work provider applications. Provider application maintenance is the primary business transaction performed on the MCOASO portal. Click the application list to access a list of applications from providers who are part of the Virginia Medicaid program. Who is requesting a contract with the MCO? Type tells us what kind of application it is. MCOs can receive applications from new provider enrollment, providers who are re-enrolling, an existing provider who requests to participate with a new MCO, or a revalidating provider. The MCO applications are not displayed in the MCO portal until after the provider is approved or revalidated with the Virginia Medicaid program. The MCO application list defaults to show applications in a pending status. Applications in a pending status have not been reviewed or downloaded. Users can export the list of applications by clicking Export All. To view additional information about an application, click the arrow to expand the row navigation. Additional information about the application is displayed. Users can also sort and filter by the column headers. The first step to working on the application request is to download the enrollment application. Click the zip icon for an application to download the PDF. Click OK. The enrollment file contains a PDF of the provider's Virginia Medicaid enrollment application and the submitted attachments. The data in the PDF varies by enrollment and provider type. The application reviewed no longer displays in the application list because it is defaulted to show applications in pending status. To view the downloaded application, we need to filter the application list to show applications in retrieve status. Click the filter icon. Scroll through the list of MCO statuses to find retrieved. Not all statuses are required, but there are flexible process options for MCOs, depending on the review steps. Click Retrieve from the drop-down list and then click Filter. The application list is now filtered to show applications in a retrieve status. Next, click Edit to work the application. The MCO status is now updatable. After reviewing the application, the MCO clerk can select a status from the MCO status drop-down list. Not all statuses are required or used. It depends on the process the MCO decides to use. Two of the optional statuses are credentialing passed and credentialing declined. Click the drop-down arrow. After reviewing the application, the MCO clerk can request additional information from the provider by selecting the attachment required. Next, select a reason from the Reason Code drop-down list. Select further information needed from the provider and click Update. Enter the required documentation in the Attachment Detail section and click Submit. The provider will be notified and can upload their documentation in the provider portal. The MCO status will change to attachment added once the provider uploads the documentation. Let's continue to work on the application. Click Edit to update the MCO status. Select the MCO status drop-down list. Let's start by looking at rejecting a contract. Applications to participate in the MCO may not be rejected through the provider network and PRN file exchange process. They must be rejected through the MCOASO portal. Select the contract rejected from the drop-down list. Next, select the reason code and select contract rejected due to findings from the drop-down list. Click Update. A confirmation window appears, stating that once the contract rejected is selected as the MCO status, the application is complete and can no longer be modified. Click Yes. The contract status will be updated in the Provider Services Solution, or PRSS, and the Provider Portal. Now let's learn how to approve an application request. The enrollments that file for this application have already been downloaded. Click Edit. Select Contract Accepted from the MCO status drop-down list. Select the contract approved after negotiation from the reason code drop-down list and click Update. A confirmation window opens, alerting the clerk that once contract accepted is selected, the MCO status is complete and the record can no longer be modified. Click Yes. The Maintain Service Location Capacity and Restrictions window opens on the screen. We need to add the contract start and end dates. Users can enter the dates or use the calendar icon to select the date. The contract start date can be retroactive, but cannot be earlier than the Virginia Medicaid approval date. For the end date use, December 31, 9999. Unless there is a reason to set up the provider with temporary participation. Click Save. When a provider revalidates with the Virginia Medicaid program and requests to participate with an MCO, an application request is generated. If the provider validating has an existing MCO contract and requests enrollment with the same MCO, the application type is Revalidation Existing. The only option in the MCO portal is to acknowledge the request. If the MCO needs to make changes, including rejection, they need to be made through the PRN process. If the provider revalidating requests to participate with a new MCO, the application type is Revalidation New. Applications in Revalidation New status are processed the same as a new enrollment application. Next, we are going to learn how to create new delegates and manage existing delegates. The Manage Delegates functionality allows MCOs to create and maintain delegates who can work in the MCOASO portal on behalf of the primary user. An MCO can have multiple delegates, such as administrative or clerical staff, to perform different functions to access delegate functionality. Click My Account. Select Manage Delegates from the drop-down list. A list of delegates assigned to the MCO display. The process of adding a new delegate varies slightly, depending on whether the person is already registered on the MCO portal. Registered delegates already have MCO portal credentials, and unregistered delegates do not. To add a delegate who already has MCO portal credentials, click Add a Registered Delegate. The Add Registered Delegate window opens. Enter the delegate's last name and relationship code. The delegate can find their relationship code on their portal profile maintenance page. Click Continue. After the last name and relationship code are validated by the system, the Add Registered Delegate window displays. Select the appropriate level of security for the delegate. Select Delegate Administrator to assign the delegate the ability to add and maintain other delegates for the MCO. Delegate administrators have all available security functions assigned to them. Let's review what you have learned in this tutorial. You learned the purpose of the MCOASO portal and how to navigate it, how to manage MCO participation applications from providers. Thank you for completing the Virginia MCOASO Portal Overview e-learning training.